And good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. We're still with Baile Oakes, still in the coffee shop. This time around, we haven't been moved. We've been very calm, cool, and collected in our interviewing style. And with this particular YouTube, we're just going to go jump straight in and talk about John Truscott. Just a just an genius of an individual who had an artistic flair that was demonstrated by his ability to pick up on what was in those days young and breathtakingly creative artistic individuals such as Barley. So, Barley, if you could just give your 2 cents worth on John Truscott, that would be much appreciated.
Well, John Truscott stands alone in my career as an exemplary person, and what he did with the Expos, I just saw him as an incredible maestro working an incredible symphony. And my first experience with John was I had a studio in Los Angeles at the time, and also a home up where I live here up on the north coast, the Mendocino coast. And my family and I were kind of like gray whales. We would go down to LA for the winter time and come back up here in the summer. And so we had been up here for like 2 months. And that's back in the day of phone machines, and I couldn't answer machines. And I have a Holmes number, which people don't know in the professional world. I have a studio number. Well, I had not checked my studio phone probably for like about a week or two before I got back down. And so when I arrived in my studio, there was like something like 15 phone calls from John Truscott. Each day he called to see what was going on, why I wasn't calling back. And he really, really wanted this sculpture. So when he finally got me, he was just like, I love your piece. I really wanted it at the Expo. And I was like, well, that's fine, John, but that piece is about 6 inches tall. And he wanted a monumental piece out there. And I know that he was commissioning some works for the Expo, and he was on loan and borrowing others. And so he was able to commission this piece. And so I'd send him some photographs of my work, and that piece was one of my favorites. And it's the second bronze piece that I'd done. And so I photographed it with the backdrop of a very prominent building in downtown Los Angeles. And to scale, it looked like it was a monumental piece in a closet downtown Los Angeles.
Yep.
That's kind of threw it a little bit, but all the way through, from the time that missing the boat, of getting it in there, I had sent very, very clear plans for how to build the sculpture plinth and the base for the sculpture. When I got there, the young men, people that built it, had built it all wrong.
Oh, okay.
And John asked me how I liked it. I said, well, John, it was going to have to do, but it's not really what we had planned to do here. And it's not the drawings that I sent down. Without a wink of the eye, without any kind of bluster, he was like, well, there are jackhammers. And he got a crew out there, and in a day, all the concrete had been busted away. He's like, you get out there and work with the crew and get it the way you know you need to have it. And he was just excellent. And all the way down the line, he was so supportive. And when I walked through the grounds at the Expo and looked around, all I saw was the genius of John Truscott in making that place so warm, so Australian, so natural. And it just floored me. He was an inspiration to me at that time, and he continues to be an inspiration to me at this time.
He's got a very strong following in Melbourne. He designed a hall down there called the Hamer Hall, which internally rivals artistically and creatively the Opera House. I mean,
I don't doubt it at all.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
man has incredible talent, but a lot of people have great talent. He had great heart
And drive.
and drive,
Yeah.
and that came out in not only his artwork, but in his management skills, how he worked with other people. He was just, just like, you don't meet that many people in life that had that cross-section of skills, and anyway, I can't say enough good things about John. And I feel really blessed in my life to have an opportunity to work with him.
Looking at some of the Facebook page and the web page that you've got up, I mean, obviously the creative drive is still growing within you from the quality of the work that I've seen on your Facebook page and in your web page. It's just, I mean, I just think people who are so creative, such as yourself, are just so blessed.
Yeah. So, I can't say enough about it.
Not a word. All right. What we might do, Baile, is just finish off this series. I think we've canvassed quite a few topics, and now that you're more au fait and with Skyping, we may well get back together again and just continue the interview series. We'll just review everyone what we're doing here, and so with that, I'll say good afternoon. And thank you so much, Baile.
Good day.